everybody, and welcome to today's lesson dedicated to the Irish accent and vocabulary that we use in typical Irish conversation. Today I will show you a video from the Irish television series Fair City. The program is on the channel RTE every week, and I'm using the YouTube page from a particular account who has these videos available. So hopefully you will enjoy, and I hope they will be useful for you. And let's begin. So just let me make this a bit shorter and you can see all the material here. Perfect. So this is the series you can see on the left, and it's very famous in Ireland. It's a very good example of Irish conversation and realistic, fluent conversation in Ireland. So for this reason, it's a very good activity to watch this series and to try and understand. And at the same time, here is the script. Okay, so this is exactly the script, word for word, that the people and the characters and the actors and the actresses use in the scene. And I think it's a very good activity to practice your listening, especially for Irish accents. And the problem is the velocity. The actors and the actresses speak very, very fast. But this is the realistic situation of conversation in Ireland. People speak very quickly, and for this reason it's difficult to catch. So my objective, my intention is to teach you the expressions, to show you the script, and to help you understand very well what they are saying. First, we will listen with no help. We will listen to maybe 2 minutes of the scene with no assistance, with no help. Second, I will play the scene again and show you the script. I will teach you the vocabulary, I will teach you the expressions, and third, we play the scene again with the script beside us. So that's the strategy, that's the technique. Maybe it's time consuming, you need a lot of concentration, a lot of energy, and we will maybe talk for, I think the lesson might be 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But I really think it's a good activity to do. If you have questions, you can put your question in the Facebook chat, the Facebook comments, and I can try to answer any questions that you have. The comments should be here. So if you have any questions, please put your question here and I can answer. So I will start and I will say hello everybody, and please leave a comment when you want. Okay, fantastic. Let's begin. This is the scene from last week. This is the last scene we stopped. In fact, it's the next scene we stopped, and maybe you remember from the last lesson, but it will be interesting and we will play again for you to try and understand. Okay, so basically we start with this sentence, and this is just revision before the next new scene. Okay, good luck. So I will press play and we try to understand. I hope the sound is okay. I hope the connection is fine. And let's begin.
Hi.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
Where did you even get a key?
I had to ask Huey if the boss was spare.
Why? What did you tell him?
But you weren't answering your phone, that I was worried. Yeah, hiding from me and destroying our house. You're the one who wanted the work done so that you could sell the place. Do you have any idea how badly you've messed up?
Don't talk. What can I do?
You really haven't a clue, do you? The call I got was from Michael next door. He had a look through the window. Well, the place is wrecked and it's your fault.
Okay, so that's the scene. And let's begin just from the beginning to show you the most important vocabulary from that particular scene. So the lady enters and the boy says, "What the hell are you doing?" And this is very typical in conversation. What the hell basically is a strong expression when you are shocked, surprised, unhappy, and we typically say, "What the hell?" when you are surprised. So in this case, the man is very surprised with the lady entering. "What are you doing here?" But "what the hell are you doing?" is a little more emphasis, and that's more American English and very well known in America or in the UK as well. So it's not specific for Ireland, but it's just very well known, informal expression. Next, the lady says, "Well, I could ask you the same thing. I could ask you, what are you doing here?" So it's a very good question and a very good comment. I could ask you exactly the same sentence, exactly the same thing. The man responds, "Where did you get a key? Where did you obtain?" Remember, get has 4 or 5 different significances. And in this case, get has the significance to obtain. So where did you obtain a key? Even is more emphasis. So where did you even get a key? So it's very good conversation. Again, it's English in general, nothing specific from Ireland except the accents. So basically, the man is asking the lady, "Where did you get a key?" But where did you even get a key? And the lady responds, "I had to, obligation in the past, I had to ask Hughie." And Hughie is a nickname. The proper name is Hugh. And Hughie is the nickname for Hugh, for Bosco's spare. So a spare is very important. It means an extra, something extra, spare time, spare money, spare food, spare energy. It means extra. In your car, you have a spare tire, a spare wheel. It's the extra tire, the extra wheel that you keep in your car when you have an accident to fix your wheel and to fix your tire. So spare is very important, and in this case it's a spare key, an extra key. Most people have a spare key you give to your neighbor or you give to somebody you can trust. Okay, why and what did you tell him? Very general, that you were not answering your phone and I was worried. Very clear, but the velocity is very difficult to catch exactly. "I'm busy." Yeah, hiding from me and destroying our house. So basically, you are busy. You're busy hiding. The verb to hide, when you cannot see, and destroying our house as well. "You are the one who wanted the work completed, the work done, so that you could sell the place, sell the house." Basically, the place has the significance of the house. "Do you have any idea how badly you've messed up?" So this is the phrasal verb to mess up, has the significance to ruin or to destroy. You mess up your opportunity, you mess up your day, you mess up your work, you destroy and you ruin something. And this is exactly the case, that you have ruined or destroyed the situation. "Don't talk." So don't talk to me. I'm not listening. I'm very angry. What can they do? The builders or the constructors, what can they do? So the lady continues, "You really haven't a clue, do you?" And this is very typical in conversation in Dublin. If a person hasn't a clue, it's an insult and it means they have no idea about the topic. They have no idea what's happening. They haven't a clue. So it's frequent as an insult. This person hasn't a clue. They don't know what they are doing. They have no idea about how to do the job correctly. They haven't a clue. So that's very typical in Dublin as a strong insult, really. And in this case, the lady is suggesting the boy has no idea about the problem, about the consequences of what's happening. "The call I got," again, the verb to get is to obtain. And in this situation, the call I received, the call I obtained was from Michael next door, the next door neighbor, the person who lives beside you. He had a look through, phrasal verb, but really it's literal, look through the window. And will, the place is wrecked. That's very typical in Ireland vocabulary, very typical in Dublin. Wrecked means destroyed. The verb is to. For instance, a car. If you wreck your car, you destroy your car. You can wreck your opportunity, destroy your opportunity. The adjective wrecked, you can be wrecked, and this means you are very tired, you are exhausted, you are wrecked. Okay, so the place is wrecked, the place is destroyed, the place is ruined, the place is in bits. Okay, and it's your fault. So very short, and I'll just play again so you can follow and try to understand again before we move to the next scene. Okay, let me go back to the top, and hopefully now you understand a little bit better the vocabulary, and hopefully you can see everything clearly. Okay, let's go.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
Where did you even get a key?
I had to ask Huey for Bosco's spare.
Why? What did you tell him?
That you weren't answering your phone, that I was worried.
What is it?
Yeah, hiding from me and destroying our house. You're the one who wanted the work done so that you could sell the place. Do you have any idea how badly you've messed up?
Don't talk. What can I do?
You really haven't a clue, do you? The call I got was from Michael next door. He had a look through the window. Well, the place is wrecked and it's your fault.
Okay, now we move to the next scene, and I give you no assistance for the moment. We just play the scene and you try to understand, you try to follow exactly what is happening. It will be difficult, but it's very good practice as well to try and follow the vocabulary and follow the accents as well. Very difficult, but we play for the first time with no assistance. Then I stop and I explain the vocabulary and explain the script. And number 3, I play the video again with the script. So let's begin, and good luck.
I can't do this.
Well, what are you going to do?
Maybe you're right about not selling. How about we cut our losses and you buy me out?
You for real?
I'm serious. I'll take the hit and the damage, and then you get the house for a song.
No.
Why not? Just think about it. It could be Phoebe someday.
Don't even try and bring her into this. At this stage, I want a shot of that house.
I'm trying to think of a solution.
You mean dodge and scheme? This is your mess. You deal with the builders.
Yeah, I'll get a solicitor onto it.
One little word for free.
You're not helping.
What did you think was going to happen? You could have hired somebody good, but instead you got in those cowboys.
You can't put this all on me.
Everything that has happened, it is all on you.
Well, I'll fix it.
You better. Selling that house was your idea, not mine. And everything you touch, it's ruined.
Very, very harsh, very critical, not a good atmosphere, but typical drama from the soap. Excellent vocabulary, brilliant vocabulary for conversation, and perfect example to understand Dublin conversation. I imagine you had a difficulty understanding everything, so now I want to explain really well the expressions because they are very important. So we begin, and the man says they cannot do this. So whatever is happening, they cannot do this. And the lady says, well, they already have. Have what? They already have done this. Okay, so here the lady is referring to the previous verb. So the boy says they cannot do this, and the lady says, well, they already have done this. But she does not say it because it's not necessary, because we assume she is speaking about doing the activity. So that's difficult a little. And the lady says they already have done the job, they have done the behavior, they have taken the action. And the boy says, well, or the lady says, what are you going to do? So what's your next step? What's your next action? What are you going to do? Look, maybe you are right about not selling. Okay, so the man says, perhaps maybe you are correct about not selling. How about, this is the key. Okay, so how about, this really means what do you think if. For instance, how about we go to the bar? How about we meet your friend? This means what do you think if. It's a suggestion. It's very important in conversation. How about the beach? How about an ice cream? That means what do you think about having an ice cream, about going to the beach, etc. So in this case, the boy says, what do you think? How about, it's my suggestion, we cut our losses. And this is brilliant, very important, because the verb is to lose. You lose money, you lose time, you lose energy, you lose patience, to lose. And the noun is a loss. So you have one loss, it's a noun. And plural is losses. In fact, it's my mistake. So we cut our losses. This means the project, the situation, building the house, they are losing money. It's losing, constantly losing, losing, losing. If they continue, they will continue to lose. So to cut your losses means to stop the project and to stop losing the money. So to cut your losses is a very famous expression in English, representing that you stop. You take action to stop something because you're continuously losing and losing and losing. So you cut your losses, you say stop, and then you buy me out. This is a phrasal verb. Remember, a phrasal verb is the verb plus a preposition with a second significance. So the verb is to buy and the preposition is out. And we use this phrasal verb in business when one business buys completely, totally the other business. So this business buys out this business, completely buys. So in this case, the boy is recommending, is suggesting, how about, suggesting that they stop the action, they stop the project, they cut the losses, and the girl pays the money to buy his part of the house. Very, very fluent, really good paragraph, very quick and very difficult to understand perfectly. So let's read again. Maybe you were right about not selling. How about we cut our losses and you buy me out? Impossible to understand when you listen very, very quickly, but that is very important and very detailed paragraph. The lady responds, are you for real? Are you serious? Are you genuinely suggesting we stop and I buy the house? Are you serious? Are you for real? Again, very typical in conversation in Dublin. Are you for real? Are you serious? Are you joking? I don't believe you. The boy says, yep, I am serious. So obviously, yep means yes, yeah. There's lots of different ways to say yes, I'm serious. I'll take a hit. Again, another brilliant expression, to take a hit. The verb to hit is the impact. The noun is a hit. So to take a hit is to take an impact, to suffer. So I'll take a hit for the damage. Financially, I will suffer. I will lose money. I take a hit. Very important expression. Very conversational, but it's very common. To take a hit means to lose money financially. And you get the house. Remember, get is flexible. In this case, obtain. You obtain the house for a song. And this is very, very conversational as well and very important. So basically, if you obtain something for a song, the significance is it's for almost nothing, because obviously a song is very cheap. At the moment I can sing and it's very easy for me to sing, so the cost is very low for me. So that's a very famous expression. You will do the job for a song. You will buy the house for a song, for very, very cheap price. And that's brilliant example of conversational English in Ireland, but also well known, I think, in English in general. But the difference here is the accents and the velocity as well. The lady says, no, And the boy says, why not? Just think about it. It could be Phoebe someday. So the pronunciation of this word is difficult. It's Phoebe. It's a very common name for a girl in English, not just Ireland. Think of the United States and, of course, the very famous television program Friends. The name of the actress or the character was Phoebe. So the name is a woman's name, Phoebe. And the boy is suggesting that this situation could be Phoebe. Phoebe is the daughter of the girl, I assume. Don't try to bring her into this. So don't try to bring Phoebe into this problem. Don't try. And again, even is emphasis. It's more. Don't even try to bring her into this, because this is not her problem, Phoebe's problem. No. At this stage, I want a shot of another brilliant expression. The verb is to shoot with the pistol, shoot. The past simple is shot. And this expression is very unique. If you want shot of something, this means you want to get rid of, you want to lose, you want to give away. You don't want it. You want to get shot of. You want to get rid of is the best synonyms, but this is also difficult. To get rid of is to throw away. It's very important. So I want shot of that house. I want to forget that house. I want to remove it from my problems. And that's really, really good conversation again. So we have lots of brilliant, fluent conversation that probably is difficult for people learning English. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of a solution. I'm trying to think of a answer. You mean dodge and scheme. Again, very important vocabulary in Dublin and in conversational English in general. The verb is to dodge, and maybe you remember the movie Dodgeball. Basically, to dodge is to avoid. So if somebody throws the ball, you have to dodge the ball. If somebody is contacting you on your telephone, you dodge the call, you ignore the call. If the area is very unsafe, people recommend you dodge the area, you avoid the area. So the adjective is dodgy. For instance, my knee is dodgy. That means my knee is not great. I should avoid doing activity because my knee is dodgy. So in this situation, the boy is avoiding, hiding, dodging the problem. Very similar to the previous verb to hide, if you remember. And the next verb is to scheme. A scheme is usually a plan or a project. You have a scheme, you have an idea, you have a project, you have a plan. However, the verb in English to scheme means to plan in a negative way. If the person is a schemer, the person is planning negative ideas, negative actions. This person is a schemer, constantly thinking of bad actions to benefit himself or herself. So that's brilliant vocabulary again. To dodge and scheme is similar to plot, to plan, okay, in a negative way. This is your mess, this is your problem. Deal with the builders. You manage the builders because it's your mess. Yeah, well, I will get a solicitor onto it. This is very important and very fluent as well. So the combination is to get somebody onto it or onto something. It basically means you are the boss and you will dictate or instruct that the person does the activity. Very important. So for example, there is a problem in the garden and the house owner will get the gardener on it. So the house owner will instruct, will order the gardener, the person, to fix the problem. So to get onto it means to do it, to deal with it. Very important, very detailed, but really fluent English. So I will get a solicitor onto it. I will contract or direct or instruct a solicitor to manage the situation. The lady says, yeah, well, one, a solicitor that will work for free because you have no money. You're not helping, the boy says. What did in the past, what did you think was going to happen? You could have, so you had the possibility in the past, it was an option for you in the past to contract to employ somebody good, but instead you got in. Again, the verb to get in is to, for instance, you are at home and you have no food, so you need to get some food in. You need to obtain and to enter the food into your house. So this is exactly the same. So you contracted, you allowed the workers to come in to do the job. And a cowboy is obviously negative. A cowboy is a character from the old movies, and like a sheriff or the person in charge of a small town is a cowboy, and the cowboy has the pistol and the gun. However, today in construction, in work, a cowboy is negative, and a cowboy is the name given to a worker who does not work very well, who does a very bad job, an unprofessional job. This person is considered a cowboy. So it's very important vocabulary and conversational English again. Next, another good expression, to put all this on me. So the boy says, you cannot, it's not fair, it's not correct that you put all the responsibility of this project on me. No, it's not all my fault, it's not all my responsibility. You cannot blame. A synonym here is to blame. You cannot put all this on me. You cannot blame me completely. The lady disagrees. Everything that has happened, it's all on you. So again, the preposition on, because it's your responsibility. It's all on you. Right, well, I will fix it. I will solve the problem. I will organize the situation. I will fix the problem. I will sort it. Well, you better, I hope you do, because selling that house was your idea, not mine. And then she continues very aggressively and very harsh criticism, just like similar to everything you touch, it is ruined. So if you touch it, it's destroyed. And this is exactly the metaphor for the project. She's blaming him completely for the project. It's a very good expression. Everything you touch, you destroy, you ruin. Okay. The other expression is everything you touch turns to gold. And that's obviously more positive. Get this sorted, get this fixed, get this organized, get this managed. Sort. The verb to sort is to organize. So get this sorted, get this organized, get this fixed. Okay, so let's return again to play that scene one more time, and we try to follow again the scene. Okay, and hopefully it's a bit easier this time to follow. So let's go.
We can't do this.
Well, what are you going to do?
Maybe you were right about not selling. How about we cut our losses and you buy me out?
You for real?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'll take the hit and the damage, and then you get the house for a song.
No.
Why not? Just think about it. It could be Phoebe someday.
Don't even try and bring her into this. At this stage, I want a shot of that house.
I'm trying to think of a solution.
You mean dodge and scheme? This is your mess. You deal with the builders.
Yeah, I'll get a solicitor on it.
One little word for free.
You're not helping.
What did you think was going to happen? You could have hired somebody good, but instead you got in those cowboys.
You can't put this all on me.
Everything that has happened, it is all on you. You better. Selling that house was your idea, not mine. Everything you touch, it's ruined. Think of Paul.
Okay, now we go to the next scene, and it's a completely new scene in the cafe with the lady working, the two ladies working and chatting, and also the manager arrives with his child as well. So another scene, We have maybe 15 minutes before we finish, and hopefully you can listen and enjoy and try to understand this scene again. After, I will stop and return to explain the vocabulary again. Now, if you have a question, please put your question in the Facebook. Let me see if I can see any comments here. So, Ploy, thank you so much for watching from Thailand. Amazing. Thank you so much. It's for watching. I hope you understand the accent in Dublin and some of the expressions. Ploy, I hope that you can follow this lesson and understand the text as well. So thank you so much for your comment, and I hope that you are enjoying the lesson. So let's continue again, and we press play for the next scene. So good luck.
I think that Paul would be a bit more sympathetic, seeing as he's a single parent himself.
Oh, I actually think it'd be easier just doing it on my own rather than dealing with Wayne throwing a spanner into everything I do.
Sounds like you need a distraction. Maybe just think about taking a leaf out of his book. Start dating again.
I'm way too busy for that.
Then something is really wrong, and you definitely need to get back out there.
See ya.
Junior's still here.
Oh, hey, yeah, about that.
Wait for a second. Go inside and wait for me. Junior's in there.
I'm sorry I was ratty earlier.
Don't mind me. I'm just a boss.
Look, you know I'm going through a hard time with Wayne.
In the meantime, I'm the one who gets it in the neck.
I'm just on a short fuse at the minute.
How can I get that? You know, and I'm sorry as well, you know, for giving out about your childcare. I know you're trying to do your best.
Thank you.
I forgot my maths book.
Yeah, but just do something else here.
Oh, Ruthie, are you doing your homework too?
Cassandra had to go early.
Our childminder, you know, and we knew Junior's probably here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we could keep him company. I don't do it every day.
No, just when you're stuck, like myself.
Fair point.
Ruth, go on inside, honey. I'll make you and Junior both. You see, single parents like ourselves need to be flexible, you know, back each other up.
Excellent. Another excellent scene full of important expressions. Maybe it's difficult for you to follow because of the accent, but now I want to explain the expressions and the vocabulary. So the first sentence is, you would think, and this basically is hypothetical, you would imagine, you would hypothetically think that Paul, the manager, would be more sympathetic, a bit more sympathetic, a little more sympathetic, seeing as, this is very difficult to understand grammatically, but it means considering. The synonym is considering. For instance, seeing as it's sunny, I will go to the beach. Considering that it is sunny, I will go to the beach. So seeing as he is a single parent himself, so Paul is a single parent also, like the lady. I actually, in fact, in reality, think it would be easier just doing it on my own. So doing it means being a parent on my own, independently, rather than, this is a very important expression with the significance instead of, rather than, instead of, typically with the ing next. Rather than going, rather than eating, rather than visiting, rather than typically has the ing gerund form of the verb next. Here we have a brilliant expression. Rather than dealing with Wayne throwing a spanner. A spanner is an object, a tool to fix a machine, a tool to fix your bike. You need a spanner. And the very famous expression is to throw the spanner into the works. And the works is like the machine that functions. You know, the wheel, the two wheels, and the wheels need to function very well for the machine to function. So if you put a spanner, a tool, into the construction, it will destroy the machine. So that's a very, very famous expression, to throw a spanner into the works. means to cause the project to fail, to cause the situation to collapse, to cause catastrophe, and to cause mayhem in the project, to throw a spanner into the works. And this is exactly the case, that the husband, the ex-husband, is complicating things. He's throwing a spanner in to everything I do. Okay, and then the lady says, sounds like you need a distraction, maybe a hobby or a different activity. You need a hobby. Maybe you should think about taking a leaf out of his book. Again, brilliant expression. So a leaf is from the tree. We have the tree and you have the leaf. And the very famous expression is to take a leaf out of your book, because the old book, the original book, was made of leaves. And if you take a leaf of somebody's book, you are copying or imitating that person. It's a very famous expression. So you should take a leaf out of your book, his book, her book. You should imitate and copy their behavior. And that's what the lady is suggesting, to start dating again, to begin dating again, dating romantically, seeing other people. That is like a distraction. It would be good for her, according to her friend. She disagrees. She says, I'm too busy, occupied, but way too busy, really too busy for that. I have absolutely no time for that. I'm way too busy. Okay, so way is a way to intensify the situation. So I'm way too hungry. I'm hungry, very hungry, too hungry, way too hungry. So it's just a way to intensify the adverb, I think, or in this case, a type of adjective. Then something is really wrong. If you are too busy, well, then there's a real problem. And you definitely need to get back out there. So to get back out there is to return to the market, return to the dating, return to socializing, to get back out there. Sometimes in English we say to get back on the horse, because if you're on the horse, you're moving and functioning in life very well. You can fall, everybody falls, but you need to get back on the horse. You need to go again and try again. And she says goodbye, see ya. The man, the boss, returns and he says, is Junior still here? Junior is the name of the boy. Still means continues. He continues to be here. And then she says, hello. Yeah, about that. Wait for a second. Go inside and wait for me there. Junior is in there. No problem. I'm sorry I was ratty. This is the key word from the text. I don't know if you understand the significance. What do you think this means, the adjective, if the person is ratty? It means the person is frustrated, angry. In English we say cranky. So if the person is ratty, they're verbally abusive maybe. So a ratty person is a very angry person, a person who's very upset and complaining, and that's a very ratty person. So the boss says, don't mind me, don't pay attention to me, don't worry about me, I am just a boss. Look, you know, I am going through, so this is the phrasal verb to go through. It means to experience. You go through difficult times, you go through a problem, you go through traffic, and she's experiencing a difficult time with the ex-husband Wayne. In the meantime, very important, that means in the time in between. So you're having the difficult time, and in the meantime, at the same time, I am the one who gets it in the neck. So if you get it in the neck, you receive it in the neck. And this is a way to say criticism. If you get it in the neck, you are receiving, receiving criticism, strong criticism here. So it's very critical, and you're bothering the person, you're disturbing the person, you are annoying the person. To get it in the neck. Very, very conversational, maybe a bit difficult to understand, but very common and very important. The lady continues, I'm on a short fuse. So the fuse is connected to an explosion and a bomb. So if you have a bomb, and the fuse is the small cable that extends from the bomb, and you light the fuse, and after 20 seconds, so that's the fuse. So it is good to have a long fuse because you have more time before the explosion. But if you have a short fuse, you have no time before the explosion. This is the metaphor for the person. The person has a short fuse, so the person becomes angry very quickly. The person has no patience. They have a short fuse. Very famous expression in English. And the man says, look, I get that. This is difficult. This expression means I understand. I get that. I understand. You know, and I am sorry. Also, I am sorry as well. I am sorry also. I am sorry too. For giving out. This is a phrasal verb to give out. Is literal, give something out, but the second significance is to be critical or to be angry. If the child has bad behavior, the parent gives out. The parent is very angry. So to give out is to be very angry and to be very critical with your words. So very important. Childcare is the area of looking for support for your child. You need a minder. So this area, this subject is childcare. I know you're trying to do your best. The lady, the girl, the younger girl, the school girl, she returns, and I forgot my maths book. So forget in the present. The past is irregular. I forgot my maths book. Yeah, well, go on means to continue, go on, continue, and do something else, something different. Will you? So it's a question, please, will you do something different? Because it's not possible to do mathematics. The lady says, oh, Ruthie. So Ruth is the girl's name. It's a very common girl's name, Ruth, but the nickname possibly is Ruthie, and that's exactly what's happening here. It's a nickname, Ruthie. Are you doing your homework too? Are you doing your homework as well or also? Yes, Cassandra, the girl, the minder, had to, obligation, to go early, had to leave early. And the father, the boss, says, our childminder, you know, and we knew Junior was probably here as well to keep him company, to spend time with the boy. Okay, this is interesting because the context in the previous scene, the woman brought her son to the pub or to the cafe because she had a problem with the childcare. So that's the background, that's the context to the scene. And the boss says, I don't do it every day. No, just when you're stuck. And the adjective stuck means you have a problem. You cannot move. You're in a difficult situation. You are stuck. You cannot move because of the lack of childminder. The childminder needed to go, and now you are stuck. You have no solutions. And the man says, fair point, and that means logical. I understand you. I accept what you are saying. Fair point. Good comment. Ha, Ruth, go on inside. So continue inside. Honey is a typical term, a typical name of affection. And I'll make you and Junior both hot chocolates. Okay. You see, single parents like ourselves need to be flexible. You know, to back each other up means to support. I support you, you support me. We back each other up. Very, very important phrasal verb. Very interesting vocabulary. Very, very important. Very valuable. And I think a very good English lesson. Now, we also have the accents from Ireland. So this will be difficult because of the accent and the velocity. So you have three different parts of the lesson. The vocabulary, which is fantastic. The information, the vocabulary is brilliant. The second part is to understand the accent and the velocity. So very, very good English lesson. And now I will return to the start of this scene to try and press play again, and good luck again. So let's go.
headache, seeing as he's a single parent himself.
Oh, I actually think it'd be easier just doing it on my own rather than dealing with Wayne throwing a spanner into everything I do.
Sounds like you need a distraction. Maybe just think about taking a leaf out of his book. Start dating again.
I'm way too busy for that.
Then something is really wrong, and you definitely need to get back out there.
See ya.
Junior's in here.
Oh, hey, yeah, about that.
Wait for a second. Nate. Inside and away from you. Junior's in there.
I'm sorry I was rushing earlier.
Don't mind me. I'm just a boss.
Look, you know I'm going through a hard time with Wayne.
In the meantime, I'm the one who gets in the neck.
I'm just on a short fuse at the minute.
How can I get that? You know, and I'm sorry as well, you know, for giving it a bit of childcare. I know you're trying to do your best.
Thank you.
I forgot my maths book.
Yeah, but do something else, will you?
Oh, Ruthie, are you doing your homework too?
Cassandra had to go early.
Our childminder, you know, and we knew Junior's probably here,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we keep him company. I don't do it every day.
No, just when you're stuck, like myself.
Fair point.
Ruth, go on inside, honey. I'll make you and Junior both hot chocolates. Okay. You see, single parents like ourselves need to be flexible, you know, back each other up.
Okay, excellent. I'm very happy today because we have a lot of very important expressions, and we also have the opportunity to listen to the conversation very naturally and very difficult with the accent and the velocity. So we're nearly finished, and before we finish, let's play the three or 4 minutes again one final time before we finish, and we can try to follow all the conversation again. Okay, so let me go back to the top here, and we start at the beginning. And yeah, sorry. Okay, so here is the start, and let's go. So we're nearly finished, and again, thank you for watching. Thank you for following the page. Thank you for sharing and interacting. I really appreciate it. If you have a question, you can put the question here in the Facebook page. I don't see anything. So here's another comment from Aseka Dusit. Thank you, Aseka. And also, let me check this pronunciation. Nakauj Lig Hauj. Sorry for the pronunciation, but Nakauj Lig Hauj. Thank you so much for following. And Aseka, thank you so much for following from Thailand. Amazing. I hope you understand the accent from Ireland, and I hope you understand the lesson. Okay. And Apiwat Lan Tong, thank you so much as well. My pronunciation, I hope my pronunciation is correct. Apiwat Lan Tong. Thank you for your comment, and thank you for following the page. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we play the scene again one more time, and we follow the script at the same time, and then we're nearly finished. Okay, so thank you again. I hope you can follow my lessons on Facebook Live. I'm very happy to teach online, and I want to try and grow the page. Okay, so let's go. Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
Where did you even get a key?
I had to ask Huey if the boss could spare.
Why? What did you tell him?
That you weren't answering your phone, that I was worried. Yeah, hiding from me and destroying our house. You're the one who wanted the work done so that you could sell the place. Do you have any idea how badly you've messed up?
Don't talk. What can you do?
You really haven't a clue, do you? The call I got was from Michael next door. He had a look through the window. Well, the place is wrecked and it's your fault.
I can't do this.
You already have. Well, what are you going to do?
Maybe you were right about not selling. How about we cut our losses and you buy me out?
You for real?
I'm serious. I'll take the hit and damage, and then you get the house for a song.
No.
Why not? Just think about it. It could be Phoebe's Sunday.
Don't even try and bring her into this. At this stage, I want shot of that house.
I'm trying to think of a solution.
You mean dodge and scheme? This is your mess. You deal with the builders.
Yeah, I'll get a solicitor into it.
One little word for free.
You're not helping.
What did you think was going to happen? You could have hired somebody good, but instead you got in those cowboys.
You can't put this all on me.
Everything that has happened, it is all on you.
I'll fix it.
You better. Selling that house was your idea, not mine. Everything you touch, it's ruined.
I think that Paul would be a bit more sympathetic, seeing as he's a single parent himself.
Oh, I actually think it'd be easier just doing it on my own rather than dealing with Wayne, throwing a spanner into everything I do.
Sounds like you need a distraction. Maybe just think about taking a leaf out of his book. Start dating again.
I'm way too busy for that.
Then something is really wrong, and you definitely need to get back out there.
See ya.
Junior's in here.
Oh, hey, yeah, about that.
Wait for a second. I'm inside making it. Junior's in there.
I'm sorry I was ratty earlier.
Don't mind me. I'm just a boss.
Look, you know I'm going through a hard time with Wayne.
In the meantime, I'm the one who gets it in the neck.
I'm just on a short fuse at the minute.
How can I get that? You know, and I'm sorry as well, you know, for giving out a bit of childcare. You know, I know you're trying to do your best.
Thank you.
I forgot my maths book.
Yeah, but do something else.
Oh, Ruth, are you doing your homework too?
Cassandra had to go early.
Our childminder, you know, and we knew Junior's probably here,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we keep him company. I don't do it every day.
No, just when you're stuck, like myself.
Fair point.
Ruth, go on inside, honey. I'll make you and Junior both chocolates.
Okay. You see, single parents like ourselves need to be flexible, you know, back each other up.
Okay, brilliant. So that's it. That's the end of the lesson today. Very good work. It requires concentration. It requires patience. It requires energy. It requires focus as well. So it's difficult and it's work, but I hope you enjoy and I hope you learn a little. Thank you so much. Questions. If you have a question on WhatsApp, you are welcome to ask a question on WhatsApp, or if you want to ask a question about my page and my work, you're welcome to contact on WhatsApp and I can try to answer any questions that you have. Everything is free. So everything is free at the moment. I am trying at the moment to find companies, businesses to support me and to sponsor or advertise, and charities. Alternatively, you can support me if you wish with this information. You can support me by PayPal or with bank transfer. All the information is on my Facebook page. So that's my idea to survive and to make this project successful as well. So hopefully you can share your video and you can share this video with your friends. If you know anybody wanting to join this lesson, they're very welcome to join. And my idea is to grow online. I hope I can grow this project. So Aseka, thank you so much for your comment, and I hope that you can join the next time. Aseka, Apiwat, thank you as well for your comment, and Nakauj Lig Hauj, thank you so much for your comment as well, and sorry for my pronunciation, and Ploy as well, thank you for your comment as well. Brilliant. Great. Have a good day, everybody, and hopefully I will talk to you soon, and enjoy your Friday. Thank you so much and see you later.